Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome to edition of La Ferme Canadienne. Anyways, we're just finishing up seeding this field here, as you can see. What happened was the hard worker couldn't finish the last little bit there because he got stuck on the fence, and that created a whole bunch of other problems, so we're just going to finish this up manually. Shouldn't take too long because it's only a couple passes. Probably what we'll end up doing is just doing this pass and going up along here a little bit, I imagine, and then you should be able to hire worker it up for the rest of it. Anyways, I finished the rest of that field over there, and now we're ready to collect the grass for our cows that we don't have yet. I don't think we have any cows. Oh no, we do. We have 100 cows already. Oh. I don't remember buying 100 cows. Maybe you start off with 100 cows in this map. Okay. Oh, but they're beef cows. Oh, that's right. They updated that. I totally forgot. So yeah, see, I noticed it says beef right there. So now it's updated the cow facility. So now it shows you whether it's pigs or dairy cows. That's really cool. I totally forgot about that. I was yeah, I know I'm tearing terrible things right now with this cedar, but this is the way it's got to be right now, so we can get this last little part done. This is why course play is helpful, because then you can set it up so it does a, oh goodness, that's terrible. So it does a headland around, and this is what this would avoid in this scenario. There we go. Apparently I'm not avoiding it enough. There we go. So anyways, yeah, so I guess they updated that, so now it works properly. So that's really sweet, actually. I was thinking, I'm like, I don't remember buying 100 dairy cows. How did I even have that much money to begin with? But it turns out it's because it's because they're beef cows, not dairy cows. So, and they even have it set up so it says whether they're slaughter weight or not, which is really cool. Because then we know for sure whether they're ready to go. That's awesome, actually. Alright, so we should be able to hire a worker now, and he should be able to finish the rest of that up, I think. Well, maybe not. We'll see how that works out, I should say. Alright, so mixed rations, green fruit, earth fruit, silage. So we don't have any silage. We don't have any grain fruit. Actually, I'm not sure we do have grain for them. And we don't have any. I think if I put grass in there, I think it's considered a silage. I wonder. So let's see what our options are. Let's go over to our mods. So one of the things I was considering was using this guy right here. That's Russian though, unfortunately, so it doesn't really work so well on this Canadian map. There's this, but I have no idea what that goes with. I don't know if it goes on the front of something. I'm not sure. I have these, but that's for corn, so not really very helpful in our scenario. And I also have that's all for the same thing. No, I think that's it. So I could either bale it up, but that would be like, 2 or 3 bales, I imagine, or I could just collect it with a loading wagon, basically. So those are the options. I think what we're going to do is we're going to just use a loading wagon. This is a little small one, but it's kind of cool. We don't see too many loading wagons in Canada, to be honest with you. Should we bail it up? No, I really don't. Not so excited about that. So we'll just use the loading wagon for now. We might do some bailing later on, but not with what we have right now. So let's go ahead and get this guy right here. Now this guy is kind of cool because it has some particular functions to it. Where is it? Over there. Perfect. So it has some particular functions to it, which I think is pretty cool. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to show it to you guys. Was because of those particular functions. Funny enough, actually, I was trying to figure out why. I was like, why is my steering wheel so sensitive? I was playing a racing game the other day, and the funny thing was, because I was playing a... Oh, that's kind of cool. Because I was playing a racing game, I had my steering wheel set differently, so I realized that. So we can buy some silage additives. I don't know if we actually need to do that or not. Oops, that's totally not what I'm looking for. Do I need to buy the silage additives? And I don't know where they are. I'm pretty sure they're in here. I just need to figure out which one it is. Yeah, it is the silage additives. Silage additives is used to get a higher resolution. Sure. And we don't need blades yet. So here we are. Let's see where there's a silage additives. So let's go ahead and put some of that in there. And I don't know if this is going to turn into silage or not, but we're going to find out. But this is one of the cool things about this particular detach, remove top ropes, start filling silage additives. Oh, that's kind of cool. So we're filling silage additives now. Can we actually see that being filled up? No, that would be too much. That'd be pretty cool. So it's filling it up right now. So we need this in there. I guess it's to make, it says better resolution, but I'm not sure what that really means. So let's see how this works out actually. So what's gonna happen is this is gonna fill up, and it's gonna, I don't know how much. Oh, you actually have to turn that on too? Oh my goodness, I've never used this one before. I didn't realize how in depth it was. So this is the Mengel. This is from, I think, the Ferme main website is where I got it from. But it's super cool for those little tiny things like that. So alright, so we have 100%. And we're just going to leave that there. It'll be in the way, I'm sure. But for now it's fine. So let's go ahead over here. And let's go collect some of that grass. Now, one of the interesting things about this particular implement is the fact that it does, you actually do need to be careful, because if you drive too fast you'll actually have problems, and when you have those problems it's not going to work. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Let's get up here, and we need to turn on the silage additives. And the other guy's stuck again, it looks like. I don't even need to look to see that he's stuck. Alright, so let's try this out. Let's just start right here. So if I turn the silage additives on, so you hear that? It's got a good sound to it as well. Just lower it down. Now if you watch, I don't know where it is, I think it's so if you look down here and you see what's happening, so like if I drive too fast, I'll create some problems. See that? So let's just see what happens. So I'm doing 16 kilometers an hour, and right now it's not too fast because it's not rigged or anything, but I could easily create too many problems if I go too fast. So like if I'm picking up something else, it'll actually create a problem. Now the funny thing as well is it actually the blades actually have like a durability on them. So over time what will happen is the blades will lose their, lose their durability essentially. And what will happen is, because it's losing its durability, you'll actually have to buy new blades as well. So it's kind of cool. So it definitely adds a little bit of extra small little features, and that's why I think it's kind of one of the cooler forage wagons I've seen in a while. I haven't seen too many that really do a good job of bringing this all together like this one has, but this one is pretty cool. And I don't know how this functions with Courseplay, to be honest with you. I have not tried at all. I'm sure it does work, but I don't know how the I'm not sure how the added functions work together with or not, so it's really hard to tell. But there you go. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cheap though. It's $15,000, which is a bit on the cheap side, but it is pretty cool. And it's got a really, I don't know, that sound is really good, because that sounds like This is what goes through my mind when I hear that sound. It sounds like the metal pickups are like going through this little part right here, and that's what you're basically hearing. I think it seems to me like a fairly accurate sound, but I'm not an expert, so seems pretty cool. I know Farmer Beavis really likes this one as well, so raise it up there, put it back down. I thought we were going to get more grass than this, but apparently not. So, maybe we're not going to get as much. Now, the interesting thing is, I don't know why it's called silage additives. I don't know if that's to do with, does it make silage? I'm not sure what the deal is there. I can only assume it doesn't make silage, but because they're just picking up grass, but I don't know why you would need silage additives. And I don't know if that's for when you're actually using it, because you can actually take the ropes off, I think. Let's see. Maybe now that it's full, it has something that I guess you can't do it, but you can take these top ropes off a little bit and use it for as something to. It's like a tipper essentially for silage, I guess. So definitely a possibility. All right. And let's get this last little pass here. Yeah, so it's kind of a cool little forage wagon. I picked it up a long time ago. I just haven't used it yet for whatever reason, just because I guess it's one of those things. Alright, let's go check on the other guy because I think he's stuck. Yep. Not surprised. Not surprised. Oh, it's funny. This is the second time he's got stuck just like this, with the weight stuck in. I don't know why, but it's the weight that gets stuck. It's nothing else. It's always the weight. I don't understand how the weight gets through one way but not the other way. I don't know. Anyways, we'll leave the weight there for the time being. But isn't that ridiculous? Like, why on earth does that weight get stuck just like that and then nothing else? I don't know. Anyways, let's get this guy lined up. Probably heard my steering wheel there making a terrible racket. I don't know. I've actually looked online a couple times about how to make it quieter, and there are some ways you can do it, but I just haven't done it yet. Yeah, let's reset the weight. Does that raise up? No. Didn't think so. But yeah, this is one of the cooler forage wagons I've discovered in my time, at least. So I don't know if you found a cool forage wagon, let me know. I'll be curious. But this is probably one of the better ones that I've seen so far. There might be better ones out there still, but this is the one I found that I like. For smaller farm, like for bigger operations, I wouldn't like the extra little stuff because it makes it a lot more difficult. But for this, works perfectly. One sec, coffee break. Yeah, so for this size, it works perfectly. So let's raise it up. Actually, let's lower that down and get that little piece there. But I don't know, the sound itself sounds perfect, in my eyes at least. So I don't know if it's actually accurate or not. If you have ever used a forage wagon, let me know if that's accurate, because I have no idea whether that is. Let me just turn it up for a second so you guys can hear it a bit better. I don't know. So let me know if that is an accurate sound or not for your forage wagon of this sorts. Now I don't know where this company's from, but I'm pretty sure it's not American or Canadian for that matter. But it's possible. There aren't a crazy amount of Canadian companies that produce agricultural equipment. Usually, if there are, they're usually a smaller company, and they do something very specific. It's funny. The other day I was looking up things that Canadians have invented, and quite a few of them were related to snow, which I thought was kind of funny. Like the snowmobile was created by Monsieur Bombardier, which is kind of funny. And we were talking to one of my students, and she was asking, what has Canada like invented? And I just looked online because I couldn't remember everything, and then I was going through like the list of things, and she's like, "Oh, okay." And, Bombardier, that name came up, which is the guy who created the first snowmobile, which is kind of cool. Actually, interestingly enough, now Bombardier, or Bombardier, depending how you want to say it, if you're French, they actually create trains, I think, now, and subways sometimes. So depending on where you are in Canada, if you're in Toronto, I think the Toronto subway is Bombardier, if you look carefully, and I think maybe the Montreal one is Montreal. The metro in Montreal, I think, might be Bombardier as well, but you'd have to double check, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. It's pretty cool, if you ask me. Always gotta love something that was created by Canada. Well, these last couple turns are going to be a little bit more tighter than I wanted them to be, but that's fine. So, our blades have 1.7% durability. That's how much we've used of them, at least. Oh, there we go. So now we're done. Let's go drop this off. Actually, let's go to the cow facility first. Let's take a little duck through here quickly, and we'll take us to the beef cows. And I think this will be considered as, silage, but we're gonna find out real quick here. So what else do we need? We need mixed rations. Do we have a mixing station on this? I don't know if it's on this specifically or not. I don't even remember. Alright, I believe cows are to the left. And let's see what we got here. Survey says it is the right one. Good. Alright, so let's see if it considers this as silage. I'm pretty sure it does. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not registered yet. We can always do it this way. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's considered silage for whatever reason, but oh, they're good. Perfect. So that should increase their productivity up to, I think it's 50% it would be in that scenario. Oh, I don't know why. I've never made that turn before. I've always gone the other way. And of course, there's no way to get out that way, apparently. It's just where you... Oh, that's weird. Why do they make you go all the way around like this? I guess the idea is, hey, you must have pigs and cows, so you have to go drive through the other facility anyway, so... But there's no exit if you don't raise pigs as well. That's strange, actually. Alright. I will take this back to the farm, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so, as you can see, we're just unloading here at the farm, and if you listen carefully... I don't know if you can hear it. No. Maybe it's only up here you hear it. Yeah, I'll turn it up. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like a screeching sound because it's like unloading and it's like metal screeching across, like for the walking floor in there. That's too funny. So it actually has like a really like screeching type sound when it's actually unloading, which is kind of cool when you think about it. So, I think it's kind of cool at least. It would probably be annoying after a time, I imagine, but it's pretty nifty the first time you hear it at least. Alright. Turn that on, finish this up. Only got 3 passes left, so... Shouldn't take too long, and I think we'll finish up with that, and then we'll return next episode. I think we'll have a harvest of barley or canola. I don't remember what I planted anymore. I think it's barley for some reason. It's probably canola, because canola is always worth more, unfortunately. Let's see here. Yeah, canola is worth $2.81. And these things are all added by... oh, how much are pigs or cows worth? What? Doesn't say. Oh well. But yeah, it's one of those weird things where, unfortunately, you're unless you're trying to like plant different things, but if you're just trying to make money, you end up planting only canola, which is unfortunate sometimes. So I think I've seen Soccer Glass do it a couple times where he just plants canola over canola over canola, basically. And people leave comments saying, you should plant something else, it's bad for the field. I'm like, in reality, yes it is, of course. In the game, it doesn't make a difference, unfortunately. You could plant the same thing, you know, any number of times in this game and it makes no difference. Alright, second last pass. But it's funny how that works out. Like, it'd be interesting to see if that was included in the game at some point, for crop rotations and stuff like that. I don't know if they'll... I don't know, because of the way Giants is, they'll probably keep it more arcade-like rather than more on the simulator side of things, but it's possible they'll go that route, but it's really hard to say. Because if they were to go down that side of things, they would have to make it pretty... they probably have to make some significant changes, I imagine, so... But there's always time, I suppose, so... What I could do with this little area, now that I think about it, I could make it into a little orchard as well. It's possible. Have a little apple orchard. Although I know in Quebec they don't have too many orchards because the climate there is a little bit different than Ontario. So the possibility of having an orchard there isn't always 100% possible, just because it is a bit colder and their growing season's a bit shorter. Not a crazy amount, but for fruit, which is fruit is pretty delicate. So if you have like too much snow or too much rain or too much anything, basically, they don't do so well. Oh, okay, good, 30%. So our cows are at 30% productivity. That's good. So if I give them water next, they should be good to go, I imagine. Or at least I hope. But we'll find out, I suppose. Where's the BJ? Is it still in the same location? Yeah, it is. Okay. Because unfortunately, one of the things we could do, or not unfortunately, but one of the things we could do on this map is fire up the BGA with the BGA extension, because I haven't done that in a while. It's a possibility, of course, so... Perfect. Raise that up. And let's go unload. Of course, misses that little tiny strip. Jeez. It's always the case, right? Look at that. Little tiny strip missed. Anyways. Alright, let's finish up the episode by unloading the rest of this. And then we'll go on to the next order of business, which in this case is ending the episode. Alright, perfect. Gotta make that little sound like you're a kid. Alright folks, that'll be it for today. My name's Iain Robson. This has been an episode of Farming Simulator 2015, coming at you from La Ferme Canadienne. Bonne journée. Or I could say, what would it be? Bienvenue is hello, or no, it's welcome, and what would be, bonne journée would be like good, I don't know, I can't remember what it is in French off the top of my head. Anyways, talk to you guys later.